Hi everybody, welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys can be in the kitchen with me today. This is going to be very short today. I am feeling really sad. My heart is hurting today. And it's all because of Kobe Bryant and his family and everybody that was on that plane with him. I hurt for everybody that was on that helicopter with him. This was such a terrible, terrible tragedy that it's just too much. I have tried to sit down and talk to you guys like about 3 times already, and I just couldn't because that's how much it affected me. I'm sorry, let me put these on. I had to clean my eye to, get my eyes together. But that's how much it affected me because I am already a very sensitive person. And anytime anyone passes, or anyone is anything hurting in any kind of way, it really bothers me. And it's amazing how when it comes to athletes, entertainers, or anyone that's in the public eye, how we get attached to them. And we've never met them in person, but we form a personal attachment to them, and it's the same. It's no different with Kobe. Even though I did not follow the sports world as much as my husband or my son, and they're the ones that I got my sports education from, but Kobe came up around the same time that my son did. He's on a year, maybe 2. He's about 2 years older than my son. So my son and my husband has followed him from day one. And hearing this news on Sunday has really just left my heart heavy, very heavy. I'm hurting for Kobe, of course, and Gianna, and I'm hurting also for the other families that was on that plane with him. No one knew or could see this coming. It was just a tragic, but we are still processing it. People are still processing it and still trying to come to grip with what happened or trying to figure it out. And that's just not for us to do. We're never going to figure out what happened or why did this happen. It's not for us to know why this happened. This was the plan. This was God's plan. As much as it hurt, this was the way it was supposed to happen, and we can't change that. But we can definitely hurt from it. We can definitely feel the pain, and we can wonder, and we can have those questions, okay? I really want to just send my condolences to Kobe's wife, Kobe's daughters, Kobe's mother, father, sisters and brother. I want to send my condolences to all the families that was involved in this tragedy. One family lost the mother, the father, and the daughter, and they left behind a daughter and a son. You had a mother that life was lost, and she left behind children and her husband. And then you had another mother and daughter that lost their life, and they left behind a father and a husband. So there is so many people that's going to be affected by this tragedy that, us as outsiders looking in could not even imagine what these families are about to go through, what these families are going to have to just process for the next days, few weeks, few months. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time for them to process this and just to get through it. The pilot, I really hadn't watched too much news today because I just couldn't take it. But the last time I did watch it, they hadn't named the pilot. So if they have, my condolences to his family and what they're going through. Like I said, Kobe has been in the NBA for 20 years. You know, when he went into the NBA at 17, 18, you know, my son was like 15, 16 at this time. So I'm looking at his life through the eyes of a mother. I'm feeling the pain of a mother. You know, I could not even imagine what his mom is feeling, what she's going through at this time. You know, it's just really hard. It's just, God, you know, this is time that we have to just ask God to give us strength, give us the strength, put his loving arms around those families and give them the right state of mind to come through this and to process it. And you know, just keep them lifted up. You know, you got to keep them lifted up in your prayers. You got to just pray and pray and pray, because, you know, it's not for us to know the answers to this. It's not. You know, he was such a great athlete, but not only was he a great athlete, from my just watching and hearing people talk about him and speak on him, he was a great father. He was a great husband. You know, he was a great son. You know, and I'm sure the same applies for everyone else that was on that plane. I'm sure their family is saying how great they was as a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a uncle. You know, I'm sure their family is praising them as much as everyone is praising Kobe, because we know Kobe. You know, Kobe was like the golden athlete. You know, we know him, so that's where all the praise is coming. But we cannot forget about the other families. You know, we can't forget about them, because they're going through the same process. They're going through the same thing. You know, I sit here and I think, you know, what was going on that plane, those last moments, because I hope and pray they was all happy. They was all in, you know, just enjoying themselves, you know, not knowing this was going to happen, but they were just enjoying themselves. And I kind of think they were, because they was headed to this basketball tournament for these young girls. So I'm sure they was talking about the basketball games and what they was looking forward to going to this game. You know, as a mother and a grandmother, I could not even get my mind wrapped around having to go through this process. You know, like I said, I have a son around Kobe's age, and I know how he felt about Kobe. I know how my husband felt about Kobe. So I just kind of, you know, try to look at all the positive things that he did, all the good that he brought to the world, as the rest of the cast that was on that plane with him, all the good things they brought to the part of the world that they lived in, and their families and everything. So, you know, we have to sit back and think about, you know, when a tragedy like this happened, that brings the whole world together, because this was all over the national news and all social media. So everyone is talking about this. Everyone knows about this. So this should be a time that the world, as a world, we should be trying to come together and spread love and be there and stop all this foolishness and all this negativity and anything that's going on in your life that's not positive. Just let it go. Don't keep holding on to it. If you have a problem with someone in your family, you know, take this time to get it right, to set it right, or let it go. You know, if you can't set it right, just let it go and it'll work itself out. You know, think about how quickly everyone on that plane lost their life. They wasn't thinking anything like that was about to happen, or that Sunday morning would be the end of their life here on this earth. You know, so just take, you know, just look at this. Look at what just happened and take the time to spread love. Tell your family you love them. Tell your mother, your father, you know, show them some love. When you get home from work today, or wherever you've been out and about, you know, when you get in, you know, tell someone you love them. If you haven't spoke to a family member, call them and tell them you love them. You know, all that other stuff, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter at this time. It doesn't matter anything negative that has went on. You know, if people's trying to throw out there in social media, and there's probably going to be a lot of more stuff coming out in the news and in social media, you know, things coming out negative about Kobe, or things coming out negative about anyone that was involved in this tragedy. Just don't even give it a second thought. Don't let nothing negative take away from the good that everyone on that helicopter has done, you know, in their lifetime. And I'm sure all of them has done good things in their lifetime. I mean, just look at these young girls. These young girls lost their life. They was 13 years old. They didn't have a chance to live their full life, but they was with their parents. They was with someone that loved them. They was going to do something with someone that cared about what they had going on. You know, Kobe and the other parents, they was there to support their young girls. They was there to show support and give them all the love that they needed to do what they needed to do. You know, so give your children love. You know, if they're doing something good, let them know you appreciate them. Let them know you're proud of them. You know, take time to do that. It's just a few words telling someone you love them, but those few words make such a big impact on them. It can carry them throughout the week. It can carry them throughout their day. It can lift them up when they're out there in the world and taking all this negative stuff that's coming to them. You know, it can change their day. So just be positive. Just take this, make the best out of it. Give the family time to grieve. Give the family time to process them. Send the prayers out to them. Show them love. You know, just spread the love around and just give them time to process it. Don't post anything negative. Don't be, you know, negative in any kind of way. Just, if you're going to post anything, make sure it's something something lovable, something positive, something that's going to, you know, get them through the day. You know, just give love out. That's all you got to do is just give it love. It's no time left in this world for the foolishness. We got to let that foolishness go. So I just want to send out once again my condolences to the Bryant family and to all the families that was on that plane on Sunday morning, and just pray for them. All my prayers is for them, and just spread the love. Thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes with me today in the kitchen. And you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Bye.